XP. For other folks anyways. They got me. Nope, they give her a sword and it's like, oh, she actually... haven't seen the right hand. Maybe the sword of the right hand. Just a perfectly acceptable It could be the, hold on. It could be the fact that everybody. Oh yeah, so since I muted myself in Discord, I don't think the reaction thing is going through. But hello, well, Sharon, you're on the voice call with me. Hey, Smits. Welcome aboard to the third live dub, where we will be covering the second day of Case 2, Day 2. And I am totally not stalling as I wait for a couple of our compatriots to enter. No, sir, not at all. Not stalling. Mainly because of the fact that the actual stalling is going to come in when I actually switch over. Hello, Michael Icicle. Welcome. Welcome to the stalling show. We're trying to stall for time as one of our last crew members jumps in. That being said, I will probably just head right over to the I will just head over to the live screen and I will stall there with the assistance of the rest of the crew. All right. It's time to stall. Hello there. Well, you know, with all the time we've been saying hello there, we also have to do this. Ah, the negotiator. General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected. I can't believe that was an actual line. That's so good. Just straight up, he was like, the actual exchange went, yes. General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected. There was actually one time when I went to Otakon where I saw someone with this really impressive General Grievous cosplay, and like, what they did was they had the head on a hinge of sorts, and like when they leaned forward, the head would like swing forward, so they could kind of like make all these crazy like shove his face, like the General Grievous face in your face movements. It was insane. Actually, it kind of reminded me a lot of the Lion King musical like masks. Welcome back. We are stalling for Jay to show. Well, the JSide Jay is gonna be. Yeah, we don't want to stall for 45 minutes. Understandably late. Yep. I gotta talk to Jordan again at some point. I need to lock in apparently something that June noticed on my shortlist of submission. through his website. He has a, I think he has a contact form around there somewhere. Whoops, that's not the right one. That's the IMDb page. Yeah, he's got a contact page along with the emails that you can send, as well as a contact form on his site. So you just head to jordanreynolds.com, hit the contact button. You should be right there. Hey, listen, I graduated with a communications degree too. Well, granted, it wasn't marketing, but all I really remember from that was the fact that at one point I got to write the word, "We are going to go through them like shit through a tin horn" in an academic paper. Okay. Okay, so it was part of an American rhetoric class that I was taking, and I decided to analyze wartime speeches as like one of my final papers. And I decided to pick a speech that General Patton gave to his troops before the Normandy landings. There was so much profanity in that speech. It was great. I mean, I also wrote about Akihabara's culture for a Japanese culture course, too. And how it's like a subversive... How, like, generally speaking, anime culture is a subversive sort of counterculture to the general repressiveness of normal Japanese society, so to speak.
Ryan.
Yes, that is...
Oh.
I see where that's coming from. Okay. I forgot to hit certain buttons.
So rude. So rude. You did that
Damn.
on purpose. So rude.
That's crazy.
So rude.
The stream was not ready for my General Grievous plug-in.
So Ryan just sounds crazy for.
Why
I mean,
has
we're
voices in my head?
We talk to ourselves all the time.
We are collectively Ryan's conscious.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
We
that's
are
all you heard was
right.
me just conversing with the voices in my head. I'm not
we are
crazy.
Still
many.
we're
We
still
are
doing the case
fast.
2 alternative, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I might as well just remove the non-alternatives.
Spitzels.
Yes, we all
Well, we
knew
already
I was
knew we all
crazy.
Crazy how?
We are crazy.
Jesus.
But if we're all crazy, that just means we're normal.
An excellent counterpoint.
What is it that makes someone crazy in this crazy world of ours? Perhaps it is the normal who are crazy.
Or perhaps we are simply normal.
We're not crazy at all. We are the expectation. We are the standard. We're normal. All of us.
Damn, this got a lot deeper than I thought.
Everyone just stood quiet. My goodness.
It was like,
You could,
Nah.
you could hear a pin drop in the midst of this contemplation. Everyone realizing the enormity of it all.
Oh my god. No, sorry if I'm a bit too quiet. I just got out of work. So,
Completely
Oh.
understandable.
yeah. Unless it's about Meryl Rover, then I will be talking about that a lot more than 4 hours.
understandable.
Also understandable.
Yeah.
We can all do that with our favorite husbandos in life.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll do that off screen. So,
I totally didn't just dump all of my resources in Zenlist getting Yishun to N3. No, not at all.
No, it couldn't be you. No.
bro, honestly, I forgot about Yishun existing. I'm sorry. I forgot that she existed.
Understandable, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, who? So...
I'm still looking at Sarah's suggestion. Like, no, not now. We need to save.
Oh,
We
I
need to
need
save.
s-
We need to save content like that for anniversaries.
Where's the suggestion? Where's this located? I need to see it now.
Sarah said 5 to 10 minute rapid fire waifu tier list. Go go go.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Oh, by all means.
I didn't have a tier maker ready for this.
It's okay, you don't need a tier maker.
We don't need a tier maker.
Yeah.
Just do it off the cuff. Just do it off the top of your head. Tell us, Ryan, who is your waifu? The one who stands head and shoulders above all the others? Or husbando, perhaps? Or both? Let's
I'm trying
see.
to remember.
Who do you rate as the highest?
What did I put in
of
the
both
archive?
categories?
I know
Oh,
one,
right.
but I don't know if they're still the top one for you. And I know one of them is Eula. I don't know if that still is the same thing right now.
She's been dethroned.
She's been dethroned. I had a feeling.
Part of,
Damn.
part of this is the fact that I just don't play Genshin anymore.
Yeah, no, that's why I
That-
say, like, I had a feeling because I'm the same way. Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Mhm.
fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know names that are in his favorites, but I forget the name who's at the top.
Well, let's work our way up the list.
Well, let me
In no particular
what?
order.
Let me amend what I put. Let me amend my like. Smith is not wrong, but
I feel like Grace isn't up there, though.
she only got
She's
lower
up
on the
there.
list because Saru and Jay forced me to average her downwards.
Okay.
Those bastards.
Huh. Like, I know Grace was one of them, too.
I know Texas, right?
Yep, Texas is up there. I'd actually probably say.
Cuevas!
Oh, Jay,
Hello
Hey.
there.
he's here.
Hello.
Good. I'm saved from having to do this.
No, you're not! No, you're not! No.
No. Let it cook. Let me see it cook. Please.
Ah. Okay, let me. I'm going to reevaluate my S rank from this, from
Oh
the
my
time I did
God.
actually made
Go
the list.
on.
It's Ilsa from Grand Blue
Mhm.
Fantasy now. I put her up there at the
Mm.
top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Fantasy.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I am not beating those allegations that June said with that one.
Wait, who was it again? How do you... Emblem what?
Ilsa from Grand Blue Fantasy.
Ilsa, Grand Blue Fantasy, Grand Blue.
Wait, accusation. So black
let me
hair,
see.
red eyes can beat you up?
Why'd you have to have to? No, June did not say the third part.
Ryan, I'm sorry, but they're right. June's right.
I mean, I'm not saying he's
I'm
wrong.
Seeing her. I'm seeing
not-
seeing her
I'm
right
not
now.
saying
Yeah.
he's wrong.
Listen,
I
I have a
see.
type as well. Don't worry. You're fine.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I have a type. We're fine. You're valid.
An excellent
she's
choice.
pretty.
So this was less
Oh.
a quick list and more of a revision.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, we got everyone.
No, I want to hear your waifu list. So,
We have been afforded a tantalizing taste of the waifu list. A
Hey.
teaser, if you
Oh.
will.
Hey,
The
Yes,
entirety of it will
please.
be revealed on a future show, so please look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm reading her
Aw.
description. Yeah, it's to the T. Okay. I probably would simp too, I'm not gonna lie. This woman has hardened her heart to an almost demonic degree, but behind her harsh insults lies the determination of a drill sergeant who wants to see her cadet thrive. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Don't gotta tell me twice, right? Don't gotta tell me twice. I see the vision.
Okay.
I'm just like seeing the description. I'm like, oh, so that's what Rion's into. Okay, interesting. So,
Indeed.
goddamn.
You love a woman who knows what they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Jay, you're muted.
Hi.
There we go.
Hey.
Hello there.
Hey. Hello there.
Oh, alas, your presence did not save me from having to do that.
Anyway, waifu's here.
Thank you everyone for the clip.
Oh.
In advance.
Alright. So, the need for stalling has passed.
It is time to begin.
And here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I was just so out of it. Oh
That
man.
is
Oh.
you.
That is me. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot. Wait, hold on. Wait. I can say it. Okay, hold on. Tyrion, what are you doing here?
I'm not sure.
Wait, is that Iris or Eris? Is it Iris or Eris?
Eris.
Eris?
Eris. Okay, got you. Thank you. Is that Eris? Well, you found her.
We should probably talk to her later. It would be rude to disturb her now.
Oh, hello there. Were you two looking for me?
Sorry, we were looking for you. But we understand if you'd rather talk later.
No. I was just finishing up here. Did you have something you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, we wanted to ask you some questions about the case.
Oh? That was my first time watching a court trial. You were truly remarkable.
Thank you. Were you in the gallery?
I've always enjoyed watching physical battles in the theater. But I see now that battles of wit can be just as entertaining to watch.
Entertaining.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You see, the odds are stacked against him. But then he suddenly pulls out this crazy deduction and steers the trial in his favor.
I've never really thought of it like that.
I'm sure it's far more entertaining to be the one making the deductions.
I'm not really sure what you mean. I practice law so that I can help those persecuted by the justice system. I don't really do it to entertain myself.
But is that really true? Don't you find the experience even the least bit entertaining, Tyrion?
I wouldn't really put it that way.
Oh, far too modest. You save people from the clutches of death. To your client, you might as well be a knight in shining armor.
Earlier you said that you were studying illusion magic.
I am. Did you want to ask me about executions?
Sharon, I'm noticing that I think you got like a noise gate or something going on. Like, I'm missing a few words.
Oh,
Ryan, you have that noise going on when you speak as well.
Hey,
yeah.
That
Yeah.
buzzing. Yeah.
Has it improved any?
No.
Still going.
Unfortunately not.
It's whenever you speak,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh no, MC's having scuff. No.
Sounds like
You
some
know-
sort of interference.
Yeah. But you know, kind of accurate considering that we just saw that glitch effect from her.
Unintended
So-
practical effects.
Yeah. Oh,
You have, like, a
it got
phone
real
near
bad.
it?
oh.
You don't have any electronics near like your interface, right? I don't know if that would be it. That's getting bad, bud.
Oh. Oh.
Well, now he has fully transformed into a robot and will be speaking.
Seems like
Beep. Beep beep boo ba ba beep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it sounds like
Oh,
some sort of
God.
interference, unless it's the cables. I'm
Has
not
anything changed?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
Wait. Oh wait.
wait,
it might
back?
have.
wait.
Keep
One more
talking.
time.
Okay, so basically what I did was I just basically grabbed the cable and shoved it in a little harder into that came out
Oh, so
very
it was
wrong.
the cable.
Ah.
No, it was the
Yep.
cable. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
the loose cable.
It was the
Problem
cable.
solved.
You
Your
good then?
interface likes it
Oh.
rough, it's fine, but it
Oh
worked.
my
Oh.
god.
Hadum.
I opened myself up to
Damn.
I opened myself up to that by saying that.
Indeed you did.
Okay. I hate technology
Should I
sometimes.
redo this one?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. I am. Did you want to ask me about the prosecution's theory?
Yes, actually. How did you know?
It was easy to guess after seeing you in the courthouse. Anyways, disguising an undead with an illusion is definitely possible. And as Lady Steelwind said, illusory disguise would be the best spell to use for that.
What if someone created a freestanding illusion?
Freestanding illusion?
Yeah, we know that Wallace didn't animate and disguise the professor's corpse. So what if the illusion wasn't disguising anything? Maybe someone created a freestanding illusion of Bellwether walking around?
For something like that, one would probably use major illusion.
What is it?
I don't think major illusion is what we're looking for. Do you remember what Jan said?
I was cleaning a mess in the hallways. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere.
If the Bellwether that Jan saw was a major illusion, then she couldn't have knocked over that vase. Illusions created by that spell don't have any mass.
I see. How perceptive of you.
Aren't there any other illusion spells that do have mass?
No. Illusions can only recreate visual and auditory sensations. but there isn't a single illusion spell that someone can touch.
So that means that someone disguised something to make it look like Bellwether.
Why the look of suspicion, Celeste?
Cause you're sus. Sorry, I wasn't. Sorry. Sorry, I wasn't.
Calm down. I'm only joking. I don't blame you for considering every possibility. In fact, I'm flattered you think I'm totally sus. I mean, I'm capable of pulling off such an elaborate ruse.
Anyways, this does tell us one important thing.
Oh? And what's that?
The Bellwether that Yuen saw had a physical mass to it. It wasn't a freestanding illusion. It was someone, or something, disguised as Bellwether.
It's quite a shame, isn't it?
Sorry for interrupting you. Was she someone you knew?
Not personally. I'm actually here on Wallace's behalf.
Wallace knew her?
Wallace joined the Academy as part of a program run by Headmaster Redmond. At the time, the Headmaster was reaching out to mages among the common folk. He had started a program to admit these mages to the Academy without having to pay tuition. Both Emily and Wallace were among those mages.
Wow, that must have been an amazing opportunity for them.
The truth is, neither of them actually cared about learning magic. The real problem was that Emily had a terminal illness. She and Wallace were poor orphans, and they actually didn't have the resources to treat it. But if they enrolled in the Academy...
The Academy would be obligated to give her medical treatment.
Yes, the Imperial Academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. They thought that curing her illness would be an easy task for the Academy's healers. But they were mistaken, I'm afraid. I'm sure you know this by now, but healing spells can only treat wounds. They can't cure illnesses. Emily's condition only got worse over the years, and eventually she succumbed to her illness. Wallace was furious. He didn't understand why the kingdom was outlawing magic that could save lives.
And that's why he decided to learn it himself.
Yes, the headmaster was inspired by Wallace's resolve. He gave him access to the Academy's forbidden tomes of necromancy. And Wallace taught himself the spells that he knows today.
So that's why.
It was supposed to stay a secret between him and the headmaster. But I'm sure you know how that turned out.
You freaky. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Whoa. You cool freaky though.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. So...
Oh, it's you, Mr. Cuthbert.
And then a complete 180. Let's go. Steelwind? What are you doing here?
After what happened at the trial yesterday, I decided it would be best to start my investigation here. Actually, since I have you here, have you seen Eris Illmater anywhere? It's my understanding that you're both acquainted with each other.
Eris? What do you want with her?
Oh, it's not for anything serious, mind you. It's just that oath of a commander lost her spell compendium. Now we need her to produce another one for our records. If you see her, please let her know that we'd like to speak to her.
We saw her earlier in the cemetery nearby, but I have no idea where she is now.
Once again, I have to compensate for that idiot's mistakes.
Anyways, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the case.
Very well. I suppose I still need to honor our deal from earlier.
Oh, thank you, Plaid, for the 10 months.
Woo, Plaid!
Have you had any luck finding the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately, I haven't. From the witnesses' testimonies, we have a rough idea of the route Bellwether took. But none of the rooms we've checked have any sign of a struggle.
Why are you so sure that a struggle happened?
I'm mainly basing that off of the Ianus sisters' testimonies. Valerie, in particular, noticed that the bleeding came from a wound in her stomach. Regrettably, the body's wounds were mended. So we can't determine what kind of weapon the murderer used.
During the trial, you mentioned that another witness saw Bellwether walking around yesterday. Would you be willing to tell us who that person is?
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that.
You've been pretty transparent with your investigation so far. What's changed?
I have no obligation to justify myself to you. Nor do I have an obligation to help the opposition.
Didn't we have a deal? Hiding information doesn't exactly seem fair to us.
I believe I've given you plenty of information already. So regardless of what I said before, the answer is still no.
Is there something about this witness's family that you're worried about?
I'm sorry, but you'll have to try harder than that if you want to bluff me.
From what I understand, Miss Steelwind has already moved the investigation elsewhere. How long must I wait before I can retrieve my things?
Sorry, old-timer. Orders are orders. Nothing comes in or out till this case is over and done with.
Commander White, and the headmaster too?
Oh, hello, Mr. Cuthbert.
Hey, kid.
In any case, there are other matters I must attend to. Please inform me when I can reclaim my things.
Sure.
What was the headmaster talking to you about?
Supposedly, he has some items stored in one of the faculty lockers. The problem is, Steelwind said no one gets in or out of this room. except for her and you two, apparently. She won't even let the other knights in here.
Really? Is this normal?
Nope, but things rarely are when she's calling the shots. I don't know what her deal is, but she's been acting strange lately. She's been real paranoid, that girl. Frankly, I can't tell what's going through her head.
You mentioned that the prosecutor has been paranoid lately. Do you think it has something to do with this case?
Nah, it started way before that. Lately, she's been using the Inquisition to investigate a lot of non-magical homicides.
What? Wouldn't it be easier to work with the relevant law enforcement for that?
I don't know why, but she's convinced that these cases have magic involved. But we scanned each and every one of those crime scenes. Nothing turned up. I gotta say, though, if it weren't for the scans, I might actually agree with her.
Why do you say that?
Those homicides. I haven't seen anything like them. They're probably the most screwed up cases I've ever handled. For one of those cases, we had ourselves a disgruntled spouse. She found out that her man was going around with a barkeep. And you know what the spouse does? She stalks the poor woman. She starts leaving threatening notes all around where she worked. The barkeep told the City Watch all about what was happening. But no matter how much they staked out the tavern, they could never catch the perp. Then one day, the barkeep arrives home. But little did she know their spouse was waiting there for her. The poor lady never had a chance. Then to tie the whole thing together, the spouse waits for her husband to get home. She cooks him a big roast, using the barkeep's remains.
Ew.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All right, Sweeney Todd. Yeesh.
Goes a bit beyond that, I'd say.
Wow, that story is pretty...
I know. Steelwind thinks someone's developed a new type of magic that can control people's minds. And these homicides were just some kind of sick test run.
But wouldn't Mage Blight makes more sense?
Mage Blight?
When a mage overuses their magic, it can have pretty bad consequences on their mind. They temporarily lose grip of reality and begin seeing things that aren't have. When a mage becomes like that, it almost never ends well. They enter a frenzy and begin firing spells randomly, which only makes it worse.
I've seen my fair share of Mage Blight cases, and this isn't like that. Not all of the perps were mages, and the ones that were didn't even use their magic. One thing was that each of the perps almost seemed to wake up after we arrested them. All of them said things like, "It wasn't me," or "I didn't have a choice."
They didn't have a choice? What could that mean?
I doubt it means anything. Sometimes people can't face the things they've done. It's easier to say you had no control than to take responsibility.
During the trial, Miss Steelwind mentioned that someone other than Hughes saw Bellwether walking around. Have you seen them around lately? We wanted to speak with them.
Ha! Nice try, kid. Honestly, I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. I don't think anyone other than Steelwind knows who this witness is. I sure as hell don't.
This isn't getting us nowhere. Anywhere.
Steelwind's behavior is strange, though. Okay, Steelwind's behavior has been strange this time around. She's hiding elements of the case even from the commander. Anyone can tell that she doesn't have much faith in him.
I'm standing right here.
But this is the first time I've ever seen her hide key details of a case from him.
Because he's an idiot.
Again, standing right here.
There has to be a reason why he's being so secretive. Her actions must be driven by paranoia. She's been hoarding information about the case. And there's only one reason why she wouldn't utilize the Inquisition like she usually does. It's because she doesn't trust them.
I hate to say it, but that doesn't really surprise me. She's always been standoffish with us.
But there is one exception. There are individuals she's trusted more than the Inquisition during this case. She let us investigate the crime scenes without any restrictions.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. Does she trust us that much?
I don't think personal trust is the reason. We don't usually interact with her, and she's worked with the Inquisition on plenty of cases that we weren't even involved in. Steelwind doesn't know much about us, but she does know that we aren't prone to noble corruption.
Right, you indicated noble during the last case.
Meanwhile, the Inquisition usually bends to the nobility's whims.
Well, I can't argue with you there.
Using my insight, I could tell that she's worried about the witness's family. And if she's worried about the corruption from the nobility, that can only mean one thing. The witness has to belong to a noble family. That's why she's so wary of interference.
But we're obviously not going to do anything corrupt. Why is she hiding the witness's identity from us?
I think she's worried about our safety.
Yeah, I guess harassing a noble could put you in danger. But
I'm the protege of the infamous Ruby Tymora.
Yeah, it's not as if we aren't already on the nobility's bad side. I'm sure the Pierce family still has it out of it for us.
This can only mean that the family we're dealing with is even more powerful than House Pierce. If the prosecutor is wary of them, they could even be as powerful as the Steelwinds.
wait. Don't tell me you think we're dealing with one of the four pillars.
4 pillars?
It's a name people use for the top 4 noble houses. Those families stand at the top of the kingdom's aristocracy. If I recall correctly, the 4 pillars are House Frega, House von Sanctus, House Sybil, and House Steelwind.
Steelwind is a part of one of them? Girl, please.
Yeah, which makes it so much weirder that she's serving as a prosecutor.
What is it?
Steelwind's weird behavior all started after she investigated this room. We were at the crime scene and she left to follow a lead. But an hour later, she came back to the lecture hall and booted everyone out.
Her behavior changed after investigating this room. That means she found something here.
And that something must point to a family from the Four Pillars.
You know, Steelwind's orders say I can't snoop around here. But you two, on the other hand...
Don't worry. Just leave it to us.
I have some school records which say which locker belonged to which student. You can use it to tell whose locker you're looking at.
Oh, there's an arcane construct in the back here.
It's probably here to aid the students. Anyways, I don't think it's relevant to our investigation.
Huh. I didn't expect Wallace to use stuff like this.
It's not our place to judge.
Look, I'm a mercenary, I can't help it.
Wait a minute. These notebooks all have Wallace's name on them. These are Wallace's notebooks.
But why are they in Miriam's Rika's locker? Did Miriam steal these things? Oh,
Maybe. She could be a stalker.
maybe. Oh, okay.
JSide!
Yo!
Ah, yes, everyone
Wait a
is here.
minute.
It sounds like.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
Hello there.
Hello!
I'm on streaming mode, so I can't hear him when someone enters.
Wait a minute.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Tyrion, take a look at this.
That's blood.
Oh, shoot.
Dun, dun, dun.
You sure that's not tomato juice? Or ketchup?
There's
Or red food dye.
nothing but lotion in here.
Oh,
Wait, it's a red
Whoa.
lotion?
Oh, okay. Oh.
I wonder why a student would need this much Yeah.
let's not ask.
Let's not. Maybe they have dry skin.
You don't know how dry it gets in these parts.
Yeah. But wait, Tyrion, don't touch those with your hands.
It's some kind of sanitizing liquid.
Oh my god.
Little strange, but it doesn't seem related to the case.
Bro, don't touch it. Oh, it's like those cards that fortune tellers use.
I wonder if this student studies divination magic. But anyways, I don't think this is related to the case.
We found a few things, but I can't really make sense of any of it.
We should look at this from the prosecutor's perspective. Steelwind found something in one of the lockers. And whatever that was, it made her extremely paranoid. Could it be the one with the blood in it?
No matter how we look at it, we found some insanely suspicious things in Freda's locker. It had Wallace's notebooks and even has some blood.
But that blood is certainly strange. It implies that something bloody was stored there.
You think someone stole it?
No, actually. I think it was Steelwind who took it.
Oh, right. How do you pronounce the name again? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Orym.
Orym.
Orym. Okay.
Still
Thank
here,
you,
by the
guys.
way.
I'm sorry, oh geezer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no
Alright,
apologies
next.
necessary. I just like saying that.
Sorry, I forgot you were there. Aura mentioned that she investigated this room. She must have taken the bloody item as evidence.
With that said, there's something else that's strange about Miriam Frega's locker. It had a lot of Wallace's possessions. It's possible that she really did steal those items from him. But it's more likely that this locker isn't actually hers. Remember what Wallace told us before?
Sometimes the other students were.
So, someone switched the nameplates?
This means that this isn't Miriam Frega's locker. It's Wallace's.
But that would mean that the bloody object came from Wallace's locker.
It appears so. But if that's true, why didn't Steelwind present the bloody item during the trial? I proved that Bellwether was wounded before Valerie healed her. Wouldn't that have been the perfect time to present what she found? It was a bloody item found in the defendant's locker, after all. Oh my god, I double-clicked. Archive! She could have easily proved that the nameplates were switched too.
Right. That is weird.
I think we'll just have to ask Steelwind ourselves.
Oh, you're back.
We uncovered a few things during our investigation. Miss Steelwind, are you acquainted with a student named Miriam Frega?
I said it before, Mr. Cuthbert. I won't fall for such an obvious bluff.
It's not a bluff, Miss Steelwind. And I'll prove it using the evidence we've gathered. You've been behaving strangely, Steelwind. Even the Knights of the Inquisition have noticed. Please just tell me, why are you being so paranoid?
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply, Mr. Cuthbert. I've approached this case objectively, just like I have with every other case.
You've ordered the Knights to stay away from the crime scene, and you've even taken it upon yourself to conduct the investigation yourself. That's not normal behavior for a prosecutor.
I took those actions because the Inquisition is incompetent, especially a certain commander. How could I possibly trust them with anything?
The Knights are incompetent, but even you can see the value of delegation. During Celeste's case, you still delegated tasks to the Inquisition, and you could have easily investigated the McCoy Tavern yourself. This academy is huge. You wouldn't conduct your investigation this way unless you had a good reason.
Then, why don't you enlighten me? What would cause me to behave so strangely?
You know that the Inquisition is corrupt and will bend to the nobility. So, what would happen if a powerful noble were publicly involved in this case? With that noble's influence, they'd probably order the Inquisition to conceal their involvement. A high-profile noble is involved in this case, Steelwind. And I believe that noble is Miriam Frega.
Again with this. think you can bluff me by throwing out the names of random nobles? Not every noble is a malevolent criminal like Garrick Pierce. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing about this case has anything to do with House Frigga.
Then how do you explain this, Steelwind? The commander told us that you were following a lead in the locker room yesterday. We investigated the lockers of students from the Four Pillar families, and we found stains of blood in a locker with Miriam Frega's ID number, and it was presumably left by a bloody object. The bloody object was taken by someone, and we heard that you became extremely paranoid after you found something in the locker room. If I had to guess, I'd say that you took the bloody object as evidence.
And what evidence do you have to support these outrageous claims?
What?
The only thing you have is evidence of a bloodstain. There is a myriad of explanations for that. Everything else you mentioned is pure speculation. I could have found any number of things in that room, or possibly nothing at all.
You found an object in the locker with Miriam Frega's nameplate on it. If you don't present what you found to the court, I'll have no choice but to pull the owner of that locker onto the stand.
That's ridiculous. We both know that the locker in question belongs to Wallace Nightgrave.
Can you unequivocally prove that, Miss Steelwind? Because the way I see it, there's a lot of room for doubt there. Enough doubt for me to pull Miss Frega onto the witness stand. But if I had more context, maybe I wouldn't have to resort to that.
Well played, Mr. Cuthbert. I suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Just so we're clear, I wasn't acting to protect the nobility. But I'll admit that Miriam Frega was the other witness that saw Bellwether that day.
I see. I had some suspicions, but...
There's also another matter. When I was investigating the body, I found this.
What the...
It looks like Miriam's been cheating at school.
But why would Bellwether have something like this?
From the way it's arranged, I think it might have been blackmail. Miriam Frega is considered a prodigy in the practice of conjuration magic. She's won a litany of awards, and she will most definitely graduate with honors. If these files were to reach the public, it would absolutely ruin her reputation.
Do you think that the professor was trying to threaten her?
It appears so. When I discovered this, several elements of the case were still unknown. I decided to look through her belongings. And I mistakenly looked through the locker with her ID. I found this in that locker.
This is...
It's very likely that this is the murder weapon. This rapier is a valuable family heirloom for House Frega. And a few weeks ago, Miriam reported that the rapier was stolen from her room.
And then it was found in Wallace's locker.
Not that I'm complaining, but why didn't you present this in court?
To be honest, I'd like to avoid involving House Frega by any means necessary.
I know it! You're just protecting her, aren't you?
Miss McCoy, do you recall how Wyvernguard's justice system works? To acquit a defendant, you need to unequivocally prove that they didn't commit the crime. To do that, they either need a solid alibi,
Or we need to prove that someone else committed the crime.
what do you suppose will happen if you bring Miriam Frege onto the stand? House Frege won't allow one of its members to be indicted in a court of law. They'll plant and forge evidence to implicate your defendant. And they'll use the Inquisition to do so.
So that's why you've been keeping them away from the investigation.
Can't you do anything? The Steelwinds are powerful too, aren't they?
I don't have the support of my house. Right now, I'm just a prosecutor. Nothing more.
Steelwind, you know that this isn't fair for us. Just do nothing, and do nothing, and let us win.
Celeste!
If we can't go after Miriam, then you can at least help us save Wallace.
I'm not going to do that.
Why? What if Miriam Frege is the real killer? Her sword is the murder weapon, and Bellwether is trying to blackmail her.
I seem to recall another case where an innocent person's sword was used to frame them.
That's...
As a prosecutor, it is not my place to decide who's guilty and who's not. I won't engage in corruption, even if it's to counter corruption from another noble house. I'm sorry.
Do you know where Miriam is right now?
Didn't you hear what I just said? You can't let her think that there's even the slightest possibility you'll indict her. She'll bring the entire wrath of House Frege down on you.
Regardless, I can't do anything for Wallace unless I know everything that happened. Frege has the last piece of evidence I need to put everything together.
Well, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Her dormitory is room 107. I imagine that she'll be there considering that classes are suspended.
Thank you, Steelwind.
If I don't tell you, I'm sure you'll probably just find out using some other means. But please, Mr. Cuthbert, be careful.
Ugh. Excuse me? How dare you barge into my room?
Sorry, I meant to knock, but...
Construct, remove these hoodlums from my room.
One moment. Acknowledged.
Damn.
You're prepping for that.
Deploying hands.
Construct, stand down.
Acknowledged.
I'm terribly sorry for that. I wasn't aware that this was your servant. I haven't noticed you around campus. Are you a new student?
What?
Yes, my master just enrolled here recently.
What? Yes, I just started here. I take it you're Miriam Frigga?
Yes, I'm honored that you recognize me.
Oh god, I hate her already.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss.
I'm Celeste. Steelwind! I'm Celeste Steelwind! Nice save.
Steelwind? Must be from a branch family. Maybe I can use her. It's a pleasure to meet another member of such an esteemed house.
I just moved in, and I thought I should introduce myself. Seeing as you're a top student in the field of conjugation.
Conjuration.
Yeah, yes, yeah, thank you.
Miss Frigga, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions about...
Excuse me, I don't believe anyone has permitted you to speak.
Oh. So, we heard about what happened to Professor Bellwether? I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's quite tragic what happened to her. She has always been an acquaintance of House of Frigga.
We heard that you saw her on the day of the murder. Could you tell us more about what happened?
Oh, you heard about that from your relative, did you? She's not like Aria, is she? If you don't mind me asking, why are you so interested?
Oh, you know, I was just curious, is all. You know how uneventful life can be sometimes. Being a noble and all.
Oh.
Oh, is that all? I was worried you were going down the same path as that poor, confused Aria. But I'm in the middle of a study break anyways. I suppose I have some time to state your curiosity. She could be useful if I can win her favor. Construct, please prepare some tea. Use that lotus tea we imported from the Eastern Kingdoms.
Acknowledged.
Construct. Thank you, Construct.
Lotus tea? You have lotus juice? I heard that you saw the professor on the day of the murder. Where did this happen?
Oh, I was in the hallways when I saw her coming out of the headmaster's office. She was heading towards the library.
Do you remember what time this happened?
I'm not really sure, honestly. It's a little embarrassing, but I have a bad habit of getting too absorbed in my work. Sometimes I let entire hours pass by without noticing.
Do you have a rough idea, at least?
I think it was in the morning.
But anyways, did anything seem off about her?
No, it was a short encounter. Or at least that's what should have happened. I merely greeted her and she responded in kind.
Were you and the professor really on good terms? I heard she was pretty mean towards the other students.
Towards the riffraff, maybe, but not to students like us. Or at least she used to be. She was a great ally to the House of Frege. That's why we were planning on appointing her as the new headmaster.
Wait, what did you just say? Did you just say that your family was going to appoint Bellwether as the new headmaster?
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know. House Frege holds several seats on the Academy's board. We were making plans to have her replace that lout, Redmond.
Did Headmaster Redmond know about this?
Oh, of course not. This was part of a large-scale plan. Along with Redmond, we were also going to replace all of the staff members with arcane constructs. We had to keep everything under wraps, or else the help would have left prematurely. And where would that leave us?
Just the fact that she refers to the staff as the help. Oh!
Mm-hmm. But alas, with Bellwether gone, we'll have to delay our plans.
So, we heard that Aria took your rapier as evidence for the case?
Can you believe her? She still won't give it back to me. My father will have my head if I can't get it back soon.
How did it even become a part of the investigation anyways?
I don't know. Aria won't tell me anything. I swear, if that necromancer was the one who stole it, I'll execute him myself.
So someone did steal it from you?
Yes, from right out of my room.
When did this happen?
About a few weeks ago. I noticed when I came back from one of my classes. Someone removed the rapier from its display case in my room.
How did they get into your room in the first place?
Do you think someone used magic to teleport past the door?
Please, I am a master of conjuration magic. If someone attempted that, my enchantments would have sent them out.
This means the thief came through one of the doors or windows.
I bet it was that necromancer. I'm sure a street child like him just knows how to pick a lock.
I heard that you're one of the Academy's top students. Your grades must be amazing.
Of course. As an inheritor of House of Frege, my grades are impeccable. Feels good to have my greatness recognized.
What kind of magic do you study here?
You must be joking. I study magic from the School of Conjuration. Just like most members of my house.
The School of Conjuration. That's the type of magic that specializes in spatial? I'm
Yep.
pretty sure spatial.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yay. Spatial manipulation, teleportation, right?
Yeah, I consider myself quite the expert in that field. Why, the Crown Prince himself has asked for my assistance in a research study. It's nice to work with someone of my caliber.
You said something about my wayward relative before. Were you talking about Aria?
I'm terribly sorry if I offended you. But I'm sure it must be I'm sure it must pain you to see that the way that she's been acting lately.
Yes, it's been extremely hard.
Did you know that she even interrogated me about the murder yesterday? Can you believe it? A Steelwind running around a crime scene like a common knight. Why, if I tried something like that, my father would disown me. Master deserves better. Honestly, she probably thinks she can do anything just because of her betrothed. Yeah, betrothed. Because of her betrothed.
You have an arcane construct in your room. I thought they only had them in the library and the locker room.
This construct was a gift from the House of Von Sanctus. I have to say, they're quite convenient to have around.
They look pretty cool. Maybe I should get one.
You should. A construct would be far more useful than this attendant of yours. Unfortunately, there are still some issues with their intelligence.
Their intelligence?
There are issues when you give them complex commands. It might be easier to show you. Construct, please retrieve my textbooks and bring them here. Then cast Steelwind Strike at this location. After that, retrieve some plates and set them out at this table.
Acknowledged.
What?
Retrieving textbooks. Placing them on table. Casting Steelwind Strike. Target obliterated.
Wait, what happened?
The construct obviously can't cast Steelwind Strike, so my second command was impossible to carry out. But, did you notice something else?
It ignored your third command too.
Correct. My third command was possible to carry out.
So why did it ignore that command?
Constructs execute a series of commands in that order that they are given. But let's say one of those tasks is impossible to complete. When the construct gets to that task, it will deem the entire series impossible to complete. As a result, it will stop executing the series altogether.
It's the choice programming.
Good.
So if a task in a series of commands is impossible, then that command will interrupt the sequence of commands.
Exactly.
Lady Steelwind, I'm afraid we must leave now if we want to make our next engagement.
Oh, right. Let's go, servant.
Oh, leaving already? It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, sure. Please don't talk to me, please. I don't like you. I hope to see you around. want to talk to her more? We were getting a lot out of her.
We already got a lot of useful information out of her. The more time we spend with her, the more likely she is to see through our ruse.
Right.
So, why Steelwind?
I don't know, I panicked! Aria is like the only noble I know.
What about Pierce?
I'm not using that creep's name.
Well, hopefully Steelwind doesn't mind us borrowing her name.
And we got her statement on what she saw that day.
There's also what she said about her rapier.
I bet she was lying when she said it was stolen. She was probably trying to establish an alibi.
I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
Doesn't it feel too obvious? If she was lying about the rapier being stolen, that would imply that she planned all of this in advance. But if she had to choose a murder weapon, why would she choose something that literally has her name on it? I'd understand if the murder was a spur-of-the-moment decision. She might have used something nearby in this case. But if this was a premeditated murder committed by Miriam, that rapier would be the last weapon she would choose.
Right, I guess that would make sense.
There's also the evidence of academic dishonesty. It doesn't match up with what we heard from Miriam.
You mean all that stuff about working with the Crown Prince? She was probably just making things up to look good in front of me.
I have an insight when it comes to things like this. Under normal circumstances, I can usually tell when someone is lying. And a lie as grandiose as that would be something I would definitely see through.
Well, I guess I'll trust your insight. But what does this mean?
I don't know. With everything we've found, I'm still not sure who the real culprit is. At the very least, I think we should still try to pull Miriam onto the stand. If she testifies in court, I might be able to find something I can use.
Well, either way, it's getting late. We'll probably have to turn in soon.
Yeah. And trial time again.
Yeah!
Oh, it's day 2 of this. I wonder if they found enough.
Court is now resumed for the trial of Wallace, Nightgrave. Let us review the proceedings from yesterday. It was revealed that the trace of necromancy may have not been left by the defendant. It may have been left by a witness who used necromancy to attempt to heal the victim. However, the victim was seen by witnesses as well after her time of death. This could only be explained by the defendant using necromancy to animate the victim's body. This leaves the question, where did the murder take place? Does the prosecution have an answer for this?
Based on the testimonies of several witnesses, it is very likely that the murder took place in the library.
Interesting. What led you to this conclusion, Miss Steelwind?
First, I'd like to remind the court where the victim was sighted before the body was found. It began when the victim had a meeting with the headmaster near the center of the building.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. Since JSide's here, he's taking over Redmond now.
This brings This brings us to the statement of the next witness, a student at the academy. This student saw the victim walking in the hallways. Which means that our first witness saw Bellwether leave the headmaster's office. Presumably, this would have happened after her meeting there. That would time this encounter at around 1 p.m. The other event is the discovery of the body, which was when Valentina Ianus contacted security. As we've already established, this event occurred at 3:04 p.m. But the significance of this time is in what occurred before the body was discovered. The second witness, a member of the cleaning staff, spotted the victim in the West Wing hallway. This means that this encounter must have happened no later than 2:30 p.m. And this implies that the victim was near the library between 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. According to the defendant's statements, he was in the library during this time period. Furthermore, the time of death was at 2:07 p.m. This means that Mr. Hughes saw the victim's animated body.
I see. Your deduction certainly tracks, Miss Steelwind. What do you have to say in your defense, Mr. Cuthbert?
The prosecution's argument is definitely well thought out, Your Honor. However, it is entirely predicated on the testimonies of all the witnesses involved. Your Honor, to test the validity of these claims, the defense would like both of these witnesses to testify. The defense calls Miriam Frege to the stand.
Boom.
Miriam Frege, one of the four pillars?
Shoot.
Frigga!
I had a feeling it would come to this.
Do you have any objections, Miss Steelwind?
I do not, Your Honor.
Fuck. Very well.
Hey, yo, language.
Language.
Judge. Dang.
Bailiff, please escort Lady Frege to the stand.
Dude, there's kids here.
Witness, please state
Literally
your
a
name
courtroom.
and occupation for the...
You little snakes. How dare you deceive me?
Oh, it looks like she found out.
You're like right there.
I had the opportunity to debrief the witness beforehand. Miss McCoy, for the record, I told you to exercise discretion. I did not mean that you should impersonate a member of my family.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I gave you all of the tea that I imported from the Eastern Kingdoms.
And you certainly spilled a lot of tea, too.
Oh!
Oh!
I demand that you return it to me.
No, you gave them to me. They're legally mine now.
Oh, that is not what I was thinking.
I'm not sure what your business with the witness is, Miss McCoy. But I ask you, please handle your personal disputes outside the courtroom.
Anyways, Miriam, could you please testify to the court about your encounter with the victim?
Very well. I was working on a research project in my dorm room when I decided to take a break. I left my room and went on a walk. That's when I saw Professor Bellwether exiting the headmaster's office. She was walking in my direction, so I greeted her and she responded in kind. After that, she headed towards the library. A short time after that, I went back to my room and continued my work.
I see. So it was only a brief encounter.
However brief it was, the witness's testimony verifies two things. One is that Miss Frege saw the professor exiting the headmaster's office. The other is that she witnessed the victim head toward the library. This gives us a rough timeline of where the victim was before her death.
That does seem consistent. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. She looks so fabulous.
I know, right?
Did anything seem off about her?
No, but it was a very short encounter. It's not as if we stopped to have a conversation.
You said that you greeted her and she responded. What words did she use?
Why is that important?
Miss Frege, it's possible that someone used illusion magic that day. Every detail about the victim's interactions could be important.
Well, I bid her good morning. And she said good morning in response.
Miss Frege, if I recall correctly, you have a habit of getting absorbed in your work. So much so that you'll even lose track of the time of day.
Yes? But what does that have to do with my testimony?
Earlier in today's proceedings, the prosecutor made the following argument. Miss Frege, if you had said good morning to the professor, you would have been mistaken. Because that encounter could have only happened during the afternoon.
And your point is? You said it yourself, Mr. Cuthbert. The witness simply lost track of time.
What the witness said isn't what's important here. The significance is what the professor said in response. She had just come out of a meeting that was scheduled for noon. She would be well aware that it was no longer morning. So why would she respond, good morning? Wouldn't she have corrected the witness?
Their encounter was extremely short. And the victim's mind may have been preoccupied. She could have easily responded to the witness without thinking.
I'm going to be honest. I kind of agree with her. It's not hard to believe that they were both confused about that time.
Miss Frege, you haven't been entirely truthful in your testimony, have you?
Just a small detail. Why does he even care? That's absurd. What reason would I have to lie?
Every detail about how she acted is important, Miss Frege. What aren't you telling us?
Mr. Cuthbert, you have no basis to accuse the witness of perjury.
Yes! You will stop this at once.
Miss Frege, you're lying about how Bellwether responded to your greeting, aren't you?
Oh.
Doesn't make a difference. All she did was yell at me.
Miss Frege, is it possible that Bellwether's response was less than friendly?
Why is he being so persistent? What do you care? What difference does it make?
My job is to make sure every part of your testimony is truthful. Every detail matters, no matter how seemingly insignificant.
Mr. Cuthbert, you will stop this or I will find you in contempt.
The professor yelled at you, didn't she, Miss Frege?
So what if she did? I mean,
Oh. I'm sorry, but there's no going back on what you just said. So, you do admit that she yelled at you?
you impertinent little. Yes, I admit it. The professor didn't greet me back that day. She yelled at me to be quiet. But until then, we had always been nothing but courteous with each other. I don't know what got into her that day, but something put her in a foul mood. You'll believe me, right? But that's it. Everything else I said was the truth. I did see her come out of the headmaster's office and walk towards the library. That part is true.
So, is that all, Mr. Cuthbert?
What do you mean, is that all?
You badgered this witness, so also you could prove what exactly?
The witness committed perjury.
The witness changed a small detail of her testimony. A detail that is inconsequential to the case. It was clearly an act with no malicious intent. The witness saw the victim leave the headmaster's office and head toward the library. Do you have any concrete evidence to refute that, Mr. Cuthbert?
No. I suppose I don't.
Wait, is this really okay? At this rate, this will be the only chance you have to cross-examine her.
I don't think she's lying anymore. I was really pushing my luck earlier. If I continue pressing her, the judge might actually charge me with contempt. The defense has no further questions for the witness, Miss Steelwind.
Very well. Miriam, you are dismissed. Now, with that out of the way, what else do you have, Mr. Cuthbert?
Steelwind, to test your theory, we must question every witness that saw the victim that day. So with that said, the defense would like to call Hughes to the stand.
I hope you understand, Mr. Cuthbert. Your entire case rests on the assumption that one of the witness accounts is incorrect. If your cross-examination of Mr. Hughes leads nowhere, then I hope you're ready to concede. Bailiff, please bring in Mr. Hughes. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. Witness, name and occupation.
Right. My name is Jan Hughes. I'm on the cleaning staff of the academy.
Mr. Hughes, please testify to the court about your encounter with the professor that day.
Sure. Doo-dum. I saw the professor when I was cleaning the West Wind hallways. Or the West Wing hallways. It was windy that day, sorry. It was about 20 to 30 minutes before the body was discovered. She walked by me, but she looked pretty out of it. I heard she was undead when this happened. Pretty creepy if you ask me. After that, she went into the empty classroom.
Well, that was straightforward.
Yawn, right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's a Y. Yawn.
Hmm?
Yawn. Okay. Yawn. What are we supposed to do with that?
I don't know. You guys are the lawyers. I'm just telling you what I saw. Oh, so it's yawn,
About-
Mr. Yawn,
Cuthbert,
like I'm doing.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Please make it quick. I want a nap.
I believe you've forgotten a few details about what the professor did.
Huh? Yeah? Whoa. Sorry, it's hard to remember these things sometimes.
Did you hear her make any sounds?
Oh, yeah. After she knocked over the vase, she yelled at me to be quiet. But I didn't even say anything.
This detail could be extremely important. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Hughes.
Oh, whatever you say, man. Whew. Man, it makes me sleepy up here.
Please bear it while it lasts.
Sure thing.
Mr. Hughes, you said that Bellwether yelled at you. What were her exact words?
I think she yelled at me to be quiet.
What?
I thought it was weird. I didn't even say anything. But I know better than to talk back to her.
That's the thing, Hughes. The prosecution's theory is as such. The professor was murdered in the library and was reanimated using animate corpse. With a quick illusion spell, no one would notice that she was undead. However, if what you saw was truly the undead Bellwether, how did she speak to you?
Huh? Undead can't speak?
This doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Hughes, undead can follow simple orders, but they don't have the intelligence to speak.
Really?
Perhaps the witness was mistaken.
No, I'm sure I heard her yell at me. I remembered what she said, because what she said didn't make any sense.
Exactly. He didn't say anything, but she still yelled at him to be quiet.
I'm afraid I don't understand. We've already established that the victim was dead long before her encounter with Mr. Hugh. But if what he saw wasn't an undead, what was it?
It had to be an undead. What other explanation is there?
Come on. For what is worth, the judge heard anime corpse.
Anime corpse.
Man, that'll make a great TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
highly
watch a whole
recommend it.
season of that.
Mm.
That's it.
Do you have an answer for us, Mr. Cuthbert? What did the witness actually see?
Your Honor, the witness didn't actually hear the dead victim speaking. What he actually heard was her voice being recreated using magic.
Are you trying to say that her voice was recreated using a spell?
Not a spell, Steelwind. It was artificery. And whoever the murderer is, they had the perfect piece of artificery available to them. One programmed with Catherine Bellwether's voice.
Dun-dun.
Oh.
You can't possibly mean.
That's right, Steelwind. What Mr. Hughes saw was an arcane construct.
Oh!
An arcane construct.
Think of it as a magically animated suit of armor, Your Honor.
But we ruled out such a possibility, hadn't we? Construct or not, no one could disguise themselves and carry the body to the classroom.
A person wouldn't have been able to do it. But arcane constructs are a different thing entirely. Those suits of armor are extremely large, but more importantly, they're hollow.
I see. That means that, theoretically, someone could have placed the victim's body inside it.
The arcane construct wouldn't just transport the body. With an illusory disguise, it would also confuse and mislead anyone who saw it.
Disguise?
God, what the
What
hell?
are they doing?
They put inside an armor suit?
I commend your deduction, Mr. Cuthbert. I would have never considered that possibility. It's certainly plausible. But what does this prove exactly?
It proves that the body wasn't animated using necromancy. My client isn't the murderer.
The defendant is still capable of performing all the acts that you described. His compendium contains illusory disguise, after all.
There were several students in the library that day. Any of them could have committed the murder.
One might come to that conclusion if they didn't have one crucial piece of evidence. I'd like to present a new piece of evidence to the court.
Blood? Is that?
Yes, Your Honor. This is the murder weapon.
Oh my
Don't
god,
you
who's the
get
weapon?
this fresh
Is that
That's
the
rapier?
rapier of
Sure
House
that's not
Frega?
ketchup?
Fresh blood.
She was saving that for the perfect moment, wasn't she?
This rapier was reported stolen by Miriam Frega weeks before the murder. And during the investigation, it was finally found. In the defendant's locker.
Wait!
He was clearly trying to use one of her possessions in a paltry attempt to frame her. Why? He even stole her locker's nameplate and placed it over his.
We're basically back to square one, aren't we? Anyone could have told that construct to do all those things.
Oh, what the?
No!
Oh,
It can't be him.
What is it, Tyrion? Did you figure something out?
I did. Miss Steelwind, earlier you said that my client could have orchestrated this entire ruse. But that's simply not true.
Oh? How so? Anyone could have ordered the construct to carry out the victim's body.
Yes, but not everyone can change what the constructs are able to say. Only one individual has the credentials for that. Theodore Redmond, headmaster of the Imperial Academy.
What?
Boom.
What?
Ah!
Wait, you're not serious, are you? You think the headmaster did all this?
I don't want to believe it. He's the only person who could have done it.
That's completely ridiculous. Headmaster Redmond would never do something like this.
Miss Steelwind, there's one common element between each of the witnesses' encounters with Bellwether. It's what Bellwether said to them.
She yelled at both of them to be quiet.
Miriam Frege was particularly surprised. She had a good relationship with the professor, but when greeted by the professor, Bellwether just shouted at her. Almost as if the professor was responding indiscriminately. And recall her encounter with Hughes. The professor knocked over a vase and shouted at him to be quiet immediately after, even though he hadn't said anything.
He was responding to the sound of the vase breaking.
Now let me ask you this, Steelwind. Where did Bellwether come from before she encountered Miss Frege and Mr. Hughes?
Her meeting.
With the headmaster.
Oh!
Gasp! Boom!
It appears that the defense truly means to indict Theodore Redmond. If so, we have no choice but to take a brief recess until he can be brought here. Oh boy.
Josh,
Who
you're
said
up.
this?
You're up, JSide.
Oh, is this him?
Yep.
There's no need.
Oh,
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, shoots.
Fortunately for you, I'm already in the galley. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Cuthbert. But do you think I am the one who committed this crime?
I'm sorry, Redmond. But no matter how I look at it, everything I found points to you.
No, there's no need to apologize. In fact, I should commend you on the lengths that you're going to defend dear Wallace.
The court appreciates your understanding, Mr. Redmond. ...
Now then, to clear the air, I suppose I should give my testimony on what happened that day. That day, I had a meeting scheduled with the professor at noon. She showed up at the expected time, and we discussed various administrative matters. Our meeting went on for an hour, after which she left to prepare for her next class. Despite our many disagreements, we still knew how to be civil with one another. After all, I had no reason to bear a personal grudge against her.
I just can't see it. He seems like such a nice guy. Or like
I
person.
am.
Yeah. Is he really the person we're looking for?
I am.
He has to be. No one else could have orchestrated this entire plot.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Redmond, did you really hold no animosity toward Professor Bellwether?
Of course not. I did have strong opinions about her. Methods of teaching, that is. But I always remained professional. We both did.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. In fact, I think you might have had a very good reason to murder the professor, considering that she was going to take your job.
What?
So you knew about that.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I don't follow. Just how was the professor going to take the headmaster's job?
According to Miriam Frege, Catherine Bellwether was currying favor with the noble families. In fact, there was a plan to oust Mr. Redmond and appoint Bellwether as the new headmaster of the academy.
What? But in any case, I doubt that the headmaster had any idea of this until now.
I'd like to remind the court of the witness's reaction just now. He said, "So you knew about that." His reaction was one of surprise. But he wasn't surprised by this information. He was surprised that I knew this information.
That's...
Please, dear Aria. I may be a frail old man, but I'm perfectly capable of defending myself.
If you have an explanation, Mr. Redmond, then by all means, I'd love to hear it.
Gladly. It is true that I knew about the Frege's plot beforehand, but I had only just learned about it. On the day of the murder, the professor told me about her plan. She was going to replace me as headmaster and replace the staff with her arcane constructs. Now, you might say that this would have given me the perfect motive to murder the professor. However, the supposed murder weapon was stolen from Miss Frege. This happened weeks before the murder and my discovery of the professor's treachery. I had no knowledge of their plan before she told me, and therefore I wouldn't have known to steal Miss Frege's weapon in an attempt to frame her.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Cuthbert? There is no way that the headmaster could have come up with this plan.
If he really did do this, that means he stole the rapier too, right?
Most likely.
His alibi makes sense. He couldn't have planned this whole thing unless he knew about Bellwether's plans. That would mean he knew about this weeks ago. But how did he even find out?
The best way to tell a convincing lie is to leave a lot of truths and only change one detail. Maybe Bellwether did tell him, but she actually told him weeks ago.
Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
And the ada.
What?
Hmm?
Oh.
It is true.
Oh, and Hi, Pop.
Oh my!
Aura.
Aura.
Oh, the day the murder, the professor.
Aura.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'm glad that everybody else also got it.
Oh, are we all doing that?
Oh, that was not a suggestion.
We kind of just all got in
In
on that.
character.
All right.
It was an organic.
There
It was
you go.
organic.
I love organs.
What?
Ay, por Dios.
My God.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I see you rummaging in your bag.
Are you okay there, Mr. Cuthbert?
Found it. Redmond, you keep saying that you didn't know about Bellwether's plot before yesterday. Do you still plan on standing behind that claim?
Of course I am, because it's the truth.
I'm sorry, Redmond, but you should really close your doors during your meetings.
But I have an open door policy. What? Did someone see?
It is true that Bellwether revealed her plan to you during one of your meetings. In fact, Hughes happened to overhear that same meeting. But he only overheard the part where the staff would be replaced. And that's the strangest part, Redmond. According to Mr. Hughes, this meeting occurred weeks ago!
You can't accuse the headmaster of perjury based on a rumor. Everything you've just said is based on second-hand information.
Mr. Hughes distinctly overheard that the staff would be replaced with arcane constructs. That is too specific and too accurate to assume that he misheard a different conversation.
The professor probably only revealed her plan for the arcane constructs. That still doesn't prove that he knew about her treachery beforehand.
Professor Bellwether had no authority over the cleaning staff's employment. It wouldn't make sense for her to just reveal her plan for the arcane constructs. That would only make sense if she knew that Bellwether would be taking his job. So tell me one thing, Redmond. Why did you find the need to lie about this? Is it because you saw a need to protect yourself from my accusations? Redmond, I asked you a question. Did you murder Catherine Bellwether?
Oh, no.
Oh. Man.
That is menacing.
What a fine mess this is.
Headmaster?
So, you truly plan on pushing this, are you? Well, your thesis sounded promising, Mr. Cuthbert. But I believe your arguments could use a little work.
Oh, shoot.
You think I killed Catherine Bellwether? Me? I am an elderly man in his late 80s. I was alone and had nothing to overpower Bellwether with. I can barely walk, much less wield a rapier.
But you and Bellwether weren't the only people in that room, were you? You needed the arcane construct to carry Bellwether's body. That means that the construct would have already been in your office. And with your privileges, you could have easily programmed the construct to stab Bellwether for you.
Oh.
Even so, think about what would have transpired afterward. Recall Miss Steelwind's timeline of Bellwether's witnesses. With your theory, the construct would have spent more than an hour in the library. Having it there would have risked my so-called ruse from being discovered. Luckily, Lady Freyga can't tell night from day.
Or east from west.
I wouldn't have the construct linger around the library.
The timing deduced from Miss Freyga's testimony is predicated on one thing. She saw Miss Bellwether exit your office after your meeting. However, if we assume that you're lying about when this meeting ended, your entire argument falls apart. Miss Freyga would have encountered Bellwether after her death at 2:01 p.m.
Miss Freyga wouldn't have made a mistake like that.
Miss Freyga thought it was morning when she saw Bellwether. She can't reliably tell the time.
Oh.
Then what about where the rapier was placed? If I really was the murderer, then that would mean I planted the weapon in young Wallace's locker. Several of the students had lockers there that I had access to. I wouldn't have been placed incriminating evidence in that locker. Wallace is one of my prized students. If I had to frame anyone, he would be the last person I chose.
You're right, Mr. Redmond. You wouldn't try to frame Wallace. But you would try to frame Miriam Freyga. It would have been the perfect act of revenge, wouldn't it? You murder her treacherous coworker and frame the daughter of the family that helped her. But something went wrong, didn't it, Redmond? The labels on Wallace's locker and Miriam's locker were switched. Anyone who saw that would have easily mixed them up.
I am the headmaster of the Imperial Academy. I have records of all the students' lockers and where they're located. If I truly planned this, I would have known where Wallace's locker was. There's no reason I would make a mistake like that. A simple change in labels wouldn't have led me to make a careless mistake like that.
But it wasn't you, was it? Your arcane construct was the one who planted the rapier in the locker. I bet you commanded it to place this rapier in the locker of Miriam Frege. But it saw the ID number on Wallace's locker and assumed that it was Miriam's.
Miss Steelwind, say something!
What Mr. Cuthbert, your theory may be plausible, but there's no evidence to support it.
That's right! You don't have any proof, do you? Saying that I could have committed the murder isn't the same as proving I did it. There's no evidence of my orders.
Your arcane construct is still in the locker room where it planted the rapier. All we have to do is take a look inside it and we'll see the blood inside.
Is that so, Mr. Cuthbert?
No. Mr. Cuthbert, I already checked inside of that construct during my investigation. The interior was completely clean.
What?
What?
Sorry.
The construct's primary function is to assist and clean, dear Tyrion. They have a function that allows them to clean themselves, inside and out.
Well, we can look at his command history, right?
Think about it, Mr. Cuthbert. Do you honestly think that the murderer would leave behind evidence like that? I'm sure that whoever orchestrated this plot, they ordered the construct to wipe his logs when it was finished.
No.
That's right, Mr. Cuthbert. Your case against me is theoretical at best. But I suppose I can still give you marks for trying. It's unbecoming to glare like that, young Tyrion.
He's doing it again.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
You've activated my trap card. The construct's orders were clear. Plant the body in Lecture Hall 2B. And then plant the evidence in Frege's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened? Why was the construct in the locker room, though? It shouldn't have been there if it had followed my orders. No matter, it wiped the logs. They have nothing on me.
Miss Steelwind, I have nothing more to ask this witness.
What?
You're not giving up, are you?
Do you even have to ask?
Yeah, I thought so. But how are you going to prove he did it if he's not testifying?
Don't worry. The next witness's testimony will be all I need.
Next witness?
That look on your face isn't one of defeat. Just what are you planning?
It's nothing but desperate bravado. Now, if you'll excuse me.
He just disappears. You let your quarry get away, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you know what you're doing.
I do, Miss Steelwind. First, I'd like for the Inquisition to bring in the arcane construct in the Academy's locker room.
We've already established that the murderer could have wiped its history.
Please, just humor me for a second, Miss Steelwind.
Very well. Bailiff, please relay Mr. Cuthbert's request to Commander White.
Oh.
Why was that thing
Gosh.
so heavy?
Well, here's your construct. I hope you know what you're doing, Mr. Cuthbert.
Construct!
What are your orders?
Please recite your command history.
Reporting. Command 1, stand by in Headmaster's office. Command 2, await vocal signal, attack, from Theodore Redmond.
Oh.
Command 3, treat Catherine Bellwether as a hostile entity and neutralize.
Construct! Wipe your...
But
But!
Administering cleansing solution.
Bidet mode activated.
Potato.
Oh god.
Maximum pressure.
Less pressure, I say, less pressure!
Increasing pressure.
No!
my husband's trying not to laugh loudly into the mic.
Levity confirmation received.
Miss Steelwind.
Excuse the interruption. Please continue.
Command 4, await vocal signal, leave, from Theodore Redmond. Command 5, move to classroom 2B. Reply to any inquiries with voice line 3. Command 6, remove Catherine Bellwether from interior frame and place on floor.
Thank you, Construct. You can stop now. I think we all know the rest. But just to be clear, who gave you this series of commands?
Commands were provided by Headmaster Theodore Redmond.
Oh, shit.
What did he say he was?
Beep boop bop.
It was
How?
not wiped?
Exposed.
How? I ordered the construct to wipe its command history.
Mr. Redmond, constructs don't follow the same logic that humans do. They're prone to error when their commands are impossible to execute.
Impossible? In what way were my commands impossible?
You were the one that made it impossible. You activated the lockdown system.
A lockdown?
The body was found earlier than you'd like. You had no choice but to immediately activate the lockdown system when it was reported. However, the construct was still in the locker room when you did this.
Oh, that's why it was there.
The construct finished its tasks in the locker room, But then it tried to follow your next command. It tried to move to the storage room, but it was prevented from doing so. Completion of that command was impossible. So, the series of commands was stopped before it wiped its history. Theodore Redmond, you ordered your construct to murder Catherine Bellwether. Then you had it place the murder weapon in a locker to frame Miriam Frege. And we have your construct's testimony to prove it. And that's checkmate.
I can't believe it. How could you do something like this, Headmaster?
He was going to take everything from me. My position, my academy, my students. Everything would be gone. It was going to be stolen by her and the Fregas.
Why didn't you say anything to me? I could have!
Don't you dare stand there and act ignorant, Lady Steelwind! Do you think the Fregas acted alone? Your father was a part of this plot, too.
What?
Oh.
That's right, Daddy! No, I have nothing to say to you. I thought you were different. I listened to your lies about societal reform. In the end, you were just like the rest of the aristocracy. By the Scaled Lord. What have I done? I was even willing to sacrifice poor Wallace. I can't believe Why did I do this?
It appears we have a full confession. The court sees no reason to prolong this any further. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell. Mr. Cuthbert, you really did it.
The change of the music, oh my god, it was like sad and now we're happy.
It feels amazing, right? Like a big weight being lifted from your shoulders.
It does, but I can't believe the headmaster was the one who did this.
I'm sorry. I'm sure this is bittersweet for you.
What am I going to do now? Headmaster Redmond was the only reason I could even attend the academy. With him gone...
Come on, don't think like that. You got acquainted? I'm sure it'll all work out. Hey, don't you get all sad on me too.
Sorry, I was just thinking. With Redmond gone, the Fregas will probably just appoint another sycophant as the headmaster. Valentina, Valerie, and Yuen, they're all going to lose their jobs.
Come on, you found the truth and you put a murderer behind bars. You saved Wallace.
Oh,
She's
Yeah.
right. At the end of the day, you saved Wallace from a wrongful conviction. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Suppose you're right. Maybe I am just overthinking things.
And now, come on. I'm taking Wallace to that restaurant we went to last time.
Do you remember how much that place cost?
No, but you're paying it. Don't worry, I have plenty of gold. Wait, we do?
You're
Sorry.
going back to the Olive Garden?
Am I the only one on this team not making any gold?
Why don't you meet us there, Celeste? I need to talk with Tyrion for a moment.
All right. Let's go, Wallace.
Okay.
You activated Empowered Eye again, didn't you?
I did. I didn't really have a choice.
The Eye of Horus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. That's twice now that you've used Empowered Eye to get out of a tough spot. You can't keep relying on it if you want to grow as an attorney. One day, you'll find a witness that the Empowered Eye won't work on.
Oh.
It's worked for me this far, though.
Famous words.
But I suppose you're right. I'll try to rely on it less next time. And that marked the end of another case in my career as a defense attorney. Another life saved, and another murderer brought to justice. But I still couldn't shake this feeling of uneasiness. Was it guilt for what would happen to the faculty staff? Or was it something else?
Let's go!
Yay!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Yippee!
Yay, verily.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Man, Steelwind has been talking with the perp for hours. What's there to even ask at this point? Turns out she doesn't trust his testimony. Something about his memories not matching up with the crime scene. You don't think he has Mage Blight, does he? No, it's not that. She found that damned symbol etched into his desk. Oh, what did she call it? The purple mark? Oh, for the love of... not this again! Look, if the little lady wants to chase the boogeyman, just let her. At least this time she's doing it personally instead of dragging us into it.
Cast sleep.
Hey!
Oh.
What's up with... Ugh.
Who did this to your desk?
What has gotten into you? I've already admitted to everything. What more could you possibly want from me?
Where did this graffiti come from? What is this symbol? What is the purple mark?
I don't know. A student must have done it at some point.
Think very hard, Headmaster. When did you receive this purple symbol? Focus on the moment you received this.
Wait a minute. I remember it now. But how?
Oh.
Lady Steelwind? Lady Steelwind!
Oh.
Aria, what happened? Are you okay?
Well, that was close. Oh, my elation over meeting him almost made me forget.
Eris, what are you doing here? Why? Wait, I remember now. It was you. You put those ideas into my mind. You're the one who told me to murder Bellwether.
What?
Called it.
Oh, you humans never fail to amuse me. I didn't make you do anything.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Ugh.
Quiet
Everything you
down over
did.
there. Some of us are trying to get some rest.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Everything you did that day, all the planning, all the preparation, that came from your own mind. And I have to say, I was quite entertained with the scheme you came up with. Why? You even broke into Miriam's room! I didn't know you had it in you, old man.
You made me forget about our conversation. But how? Illusions can't affect the mind. Magic can't affect the mind.
It's a shame, though. I would have much rather turned Wallace into the antagonist of this chapter. Could you imagine if he turned? It would have been spectacular. Armies of the undead running rampant in the streets. But alas, even I couldn't corrupt his pure soul.
Answer me. Who are you? What are you?
Who am I? I'm the Lord of the Sixth Circle. Avada-kedavra!
Oh god.
His scream is too powerful for Discord.
Yeah, I could, yeah.
That was too
I
loud.
don't have my good microphone, so it's just
Oh,
Discord stuff.
very fitting, no? It cuts in and out.
I finally get to let out the crazy!
Yes.
Okay.
Great job. Great job, everyone.
That was fun.
That was
Yeah,
that was great.
fun.
Thank
There
you
are
for
6
coming.
circles?
What about the other 5?
What about those guys are sleeping? No one even brought them a pillow.
Okay, hear me out. Eris as being crazy, kind of hot.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Floor's
I
too
can't
cold
fix
to
her, but I don't
sleep
care.
on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm too
You-
tired.
I don't need her to be fixed.
Yeah.
Celeste is welcome to be my next minion.
Oh dear.
I mean, I am looking for new work. Probably gonna get fired.
Yeah, I don't mind being your mercenary, being your bodyguard. I don't really mind. So-
Celeste and Orym can switch places.
Yay.
It's just like, okay, the kingdom has yelled at us too much.
No. Oh man, that's fun. It was really, really
Yep.
fun.
Indeed.
Yeah, thank you as
Yeah.
always for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining as always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Thank
of
you,
fun.
Rion. Yay.
All right.
I was like, at the notes for the next case, and the the description for Arcane Construct, because I'm doing it next chapter, is just acknowledged. Thanks, Ryan.
Acknowledged.
In all
Oh my
caps.
God.
Acknowledged.
Love.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
Inputting syntax. Quotation has been
Bidet.
added to vocabulary.
The bidet got me though. The bidet got
Oh
me.
god.
Increasing water pressure to maximum.
Yes. Mm.
Too much pressure. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
Affirmative. Increasing to too much pressure. Pressure overflow detected. Compensating. Now at
Oh,
even
man.
more pressure. Please enjoy.
Nice. Thank you for the pressure. I really needed it. So...
Gratitude detected. Dispersing acknowledgement. You are welcome.
Yay! Yay!
Wait, have I been assigned both murderers so far?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Affirmative.
Just making sure.
Affirmative.
Oh, I just saw him.
That's okay. I love letting out the crazy.
Acknowledged.
You can't prove anything, Mr. Cuthbert.
I'm a noble.
Oh god.
That's Lord Pierce to you, God.
No.
I just remember who Pierce is. Oh god, I don't like him.
The creep.
Acknowledged.
The creep.
yeah, a creep, a weird noble, I guess.
Say I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
Stop.
I was like, we basically just had the Radiohead
I
song
don't
going on for a
belong here.
second.
You don't belong here. Back to your cell.
Oh my god.
So are we ending here today, Ryan?
Huh?
Are we ending here today?
Yeah, that'll be all for today. We already
Gotcha.
Oh,
gone
okay.
slightly over time
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Wait, what? I
fun.
thought, isn't it until like 9 or is it always till 8?
The intention was till 8,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
that has not happened so far.
Oh.
I am very sorry
I
about
mean-
that.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
The story is super interesting, so it just keeps,
Yeah.
Gotta-
keeps it going.
Gotta love these like courtroom games.
Heck
They're
yeah.
fun, yeah. They're fun and interesting.
Objection. Yeah.
All right.
I'm really excited for the next chapter, though.
Yep.
Same.
Oh, same.
I really,
It's getting intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I'm going to head out. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Love
joining.
you.
Bye,
Good
Yessenia.
Good night,
See ya.
everyone.
Later,
See
Amazing
you
as
always,
next
Yessenia.
week.
Looking forward to the next mommy you play.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.
It's not happening
More
this.
mommy
It's not
plays.
happening next episode, actually.
It's not. I just saw
Really?
what you put me on. Yeah. Only mommy is Ruby, which is valid. Okay. Got it.
Fair enough.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yessenia.
Yeah, the y'all might see the character note I have for Yes's next character, and it just says Chuny and proud of it.
Oh boy.
Chuny, oh buddy.
Oh my goodness, I see who I'm playing now. I am going to chew this scenery like nothing else.
Dude, I'm hybrid. I know what
I
you're
need to
looking at.
relook at. Relook
Oh
at this now.
yes.
I can't wait to
Jeez.
finally play as Aster, because that seems really fun for me.
Oh, I know you're gonna rock it.
Rocket Raccoon?
I tried to be at least a little funny when I wrote those characterization notes.
Oh,
Nah,
they
it's
are
great.
appreciated. They are greatly appreciated.
I mean, like, just year one for Lloyd Von Sanctus. And if you look at his picture, dude, it's so perfect. Can't wait for it.
I need to see his picture.
Oh, here. It's kind of
I'm
like
just-
annoying to find. Here, I have it in the chat. Here.
Oh, nice.
This like is where all the
just-
characters are.
I'm just looking at everyone's like characterization notes. It's just so funny for me. It's just so funny. It's
I
so-
literally get to be a voice in Ryan's head next time.
Hey!
Hey, yo.
That's what I've always wanted
Hey.
to be.
We were joking about
You get
that
to
earlier
voice-
before you got here, Jason.
Oh, really?
I forgot to like turn on the sound for everybody, so it sounded like I was just talking to silence for a little bit. I'm like, oh yes, the voice is in my head. I'm talking to them.
Oh my god, that's so
Yes.
perfect.
All right, so I think I will end it out. And oh,
Yeah.
you know we can raid?
No.
Is it the Nava thing?
Party?
Yes, the Nava voices.
I was looking.
Oh,
I was
that is
watching a little
perfect.
bit earlier. Yeah, let's go.
It's like, yeah, let's raid the
Let's go.
let's raid the National Association of
Hell
Voice
yeah.
Actors. Perfect.
Do it.
Excellent
So
choice.
I will just close
Inspired
out and
even.
send us to Nava. Is that how they pronounce it?
I
Nava?
believe so.
Yeah.
Nava, or if you I've heard some people say Nava or something like that.
Nava,
No,
Nava,
Nava sounds cooler.
Nava.
Nava sounds cooler.
Yeah,
Nava.
like the floor is Nava, right?
Yeah,
I say
it sounds like
Nava.
NASA. It sounds like NASA, but
Sounds like
it's
lava.
All right,
Yeah.
folks, we're gonna go raid Nava.
Nav.
Nava.
Okay,
Nava.
all right.
Nava.
I think is it bad form to leave a raid message for something like this?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, okay, I'll just leave. No message for this one.
Okay.
Just all come in and say hi or whatever, you know.
Let me just make sure I spelled that right. Nava voices.
Nava.
Never ever.
Nava Ava.
This is going to be an utterly nuclear raid.
NASA Nava. NASA.
All right, but yes, thank you everybody, and thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. Let's go and say hi to Nava, and oh my god, I said it with the
Nava.
Let's go say hi to Nava voices, and you know, support human voices in games because that is what I love
Absolutely.
doing.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Dragon Ball Z. Wait, no.
Tune in next time to Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon.
All right, closing out now.